our next supported pose for the restorative yoga series is going to be a supported pigeon, swan, whatever you like to call it. And so for this, really all you need is a couple of pillows, or if you have a yoga bolster, you can definitely use that. Those bolsters are really nice, and I'm really ready to invest in one because they give just a little bit more support. My pillows tend to sink down, they're a little older and everything, so I went ahead and just doubled up for this. And then I have my large pillow to use also. Now, what my challenge for these videos is getting into these poses and trying to look somewhat graceful for you guys. But this one is, I was practicing just a little bit beforehand where I could, explain it to you guys, and it was just kind of funny just because it's just not an easy thing to get into and look graceful. And so what I would like for you to do is go ahead, and we're going to just come into a down dog. So think about coming onto all fours. You're going to have those two pillows underneath you, hands underneath shoulders, knees hip width apart, tuck the toes, and lift up into that down dog. And that's going to feel really good through those hamstrings. Press the armpits towards the ankles, rotate that pelvis up, and allow the head and neck to drop. Heels are going to reach towards that floor. Now go ahead and inhale, and I want you to lift up into a three-legged dog. And then you're going to shift the weight forward, drawing that knee into the chest. And I just want you to bring your hips on top of the pillows. And just like we do in a normal pigeon or swan, you want to make sure that you have this foot flexed. That's going to help stabilize the knee, and then uncurl the toe in the back, so don't have your toes tucked under. I want you to uncurl them. And then you're going to shift your hips where they're going to be facing square to the front. Now, at this point, I want you to slowly breathe in, take that breath, and exhale. And you just walk yourself down on top of that pillow in front of you. If you want to, you can just cross those arms in front, and then turn the head facing towards the foot that's in front of you. And your hips are going to open up, and I just want you to go ahead and breathe. Now guys, I'm going to talk, just go ahead and stay in the pose while I talk, but I just want to talk about rolling that hip towards this front heel, just like we do whenever we are practicing swan. And guys, if this is just a little bit much, you can always bring this back leg in and do 90-90 with both legs. And it's going to be a little bit of a different stretch too. So even if you're comfortable with doing a full swan pigeon, you can still bring this back leg in, rotate back to the front, and just notice how it changes. And I find using the pillows, I get a little bit more of a deeper stretch in my glute also when I use that support. Rock side to side, just slightly moving, rocking, noticing how that changes the pose. Take a breath in, and I want you to turn the head to the other side. Now turning the head side to side is helping release any tension in the neck, and so that's why I usually do that with all my poses. I just go side to side with my neck. I hold a lot of stress in my neck, and so I prefer to do that. So if you're not comfortable with that, if you just prefer to have your forehead down on the mat or pillow, that's fine too. Relax through that belly. Now to come out of this pose, we're going to go out just the same way we came in. So you're going to bring your hands back down to the mat. You want to push the pillow out of the way. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. I want you to tuck that back toe. Lift up And you may just need to sweep around to get out of the way of the pillows, and then bring yourselves back into that down dog. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I want you to breathe in. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, pull that knee into the chest, clear those pillows, and then bring your hips back on top of the pillows. So if you take my yoga classes, I always like to kind of lift myself up, try and get myself up as upright as possible, just to get a big deep stretch. And then as I exhale, helps keep that length in the body too. So bringing that length forward, and then bring yourselves all the way down to the pillow. So turn your eye gaze towards the front foot and come down into your extended swan. Rock side to side if you need to. Not staying static in that pose. Take a breath in, lift the chest, and I just want you to switch sides, look the other direction. Bring that focus always to your breath. And with every breath, you just release. Find those little muscles that you can relax, whether that's your jaw, your eyebrows, maybe your belly, maybe relax the fingers. Breathe in. Bring the hands back down to the mat if you need to push that pillow out of the way. You want the hands just underneath the shoulders. Tuck that back toe. Lift. And then just bring that foot around and come back into your down dog. You're going to pull those shoulders down away from the ears. And then when you're ready, bring those knees all the way down to the mat. And then you can come down onto the tops of the feet and roll the shoulders. And that is your supported restorative pigeon extended swan pose. So we'll move on to the next one. We're going to go into a twisted lizard pose. It's going to be a little bit more of an advanced posture that we can go into restorative, but I still think it's accessible for most people. So we're going to go ahead and get set up for that.